beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, I be missing y'all. I just be missing y'all, and I can't believe this is the only show that I review. I gotta find some more shows to review, but I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I am just getting so sick of this reality show bullshit because that's what it's giving. It's giving bullshit. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you here as part of the beautiful people family. I am on the road to 500 baby steps. So if you want to be a part of something big, come on and subscribe. It would make my day. Like, it's absolutely free of charge for you, but it would make my day. Trust me. I don't see you guys, but anytime my subscriptions go up just one, I'm just like, yeah, okay. But you guys, this show, let me just say, it was awkward as it has been the past few episodes. So I'm gonna try as hard as I can not to. I already know I'm gonna be cursing a lot, so sorry if you can't take the cursing. Sorry, but let's just talk about reviewers for a minute, y'all, because I have just recently picked up some more reviewers, and I like them. And I'm happy that I have expanded my horizons with reviewers because I am very loyal to the few that I that I watch, and I have not like really subscribed to any new ones. But I found some people that I enjoy. One of them, I'm not gonna say any names or whatever, but there's a reviewer who does not fully curse, and she says stuff like "bleh" and and like she says it but she don't say it, and I don't like that shit. Like, get your shit off the right way like a grown up, or don't do it at all. Like, I just can't. um my new fave, you guys, my new fave is As Told by Kenya. Y'all need to go and watch her. If you watch Potomac, go watch her last Potomac review. When I tell you, shout out to my boo boo, my niece is the one who put me on to her. And when I tell you, this girl gives me everything. She's a young girl, but she will cuss. She cussed them flat the fuck out. Like, she honestly does, and I love it. Like, I love every second of it. I give my life. So, As Told by Kenya, y'all check her out. All right, let's get to the shits. I can actually just start, like I said, by saying I think it's awkward. The show has been very awkward for me. I don't know if it's because they're putting on or what, but and I do watch reviewers. Like I said, Rocks is my favorite, so I try not to watch reviewers before I do my review because I don't want to take on their opinion. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy for them, to seep into your head and you be like, oh yeah. So I try not to watch. However, whenever Rocks pop up, I'ma watch it, just so you know. And so she said something I totally agree with, as usual. And I was actually going to say it because I'm jumping way ahead, but I just want to say Ashley is a terrible actress, y'all. Like, when she was doing this whole thing with Candace and she was smiling the whole time, I'm like, this smirky smile, she's terrible at acting. So I even think Candace got the cry down, but we gonna get there. So yeah, let's just talk about it. I'm not getting any real enjoyment out of this, you guys. It's just mean to me. It's bullying to me. It's not funny. Even when they have Giselle and them in the confessional saying things that are supposed to be one-liners and funny, shit's just not funny to me. It's not landing. So this whole show is it's giving because they're all giving on purpose, if you can follow me. However, it's awkward. There's so many different awkward spaces in here. So let's start from the beginning. Welcome. Hey y'all. I feel like I just talked forever. I know I said hi. Listen, let's get started. All right, so the episode opens with Giselle down at the white party, the 5-9 birthday party for Karen. That is not an actual birthday party for Karen. So she goes down and she's like, "Where is everybody?" It looked really pretty though. She had on a little white dress. Okay, that's fine. And then Karen comes out and she's like, "Yeah, it's, your party." And she's like, "Oh, but it's not because Mia said she's not giving me anything, so it's just a party." And I'm like, "Girl, and you still wore white? I promise you I wouldn't have wore white. I'd have been like, "Oh, this not my party? Fuck it then. I'm gonna wear red. How about that? How about that? Or black." We'll just go totally in the wrong direction because fuck Mia and her party. How about that? Um then we make it upstairs to where Mia and Jocelyn, is that Jacqueline? Whatever her name is. Y'all know I cannot get this girl's name right. And that's fine because hopefully we won't have to see her. Jacqueline, I think it is. We won't have to see her after this season. Like, I don't want to ever see her again in my life. I'm not even kidding you. But we get them upstairs, and Mia's like, "Yeah, it's not Karen's party because she said she didn't want me to do nothing for her." And Jacqueline's like, "Well, she said that after you said you're paying for everything, this and that. Well, if you act like that, then you don't want me to do nothing." And Mia has on red and white. So why is it a white party, but you have on red and white, like the birthday party? So later on, when everybody's down there and Mia comes down, awkward moment number 275, everybody's looking at her like, bitch, what? Like, what do you have on? Everything is just so awkward here. I'm gonna point it out. So don't worry. All right, y'all. So Ashley comes down, Sharice comes down, and she got on these clogs or something. Like, what the hell is Sharice wearing? And what does she have on? Y'all gonna be mad at me. Y'all gonna be mad at me. And I'm not trying to be like so disrespectful, but it is gonna be disrespectful. But Sharice is giving me snuffleupagus. Like she just is. I'm sorry. The way she talks is slow and she walks so it's like everything is a bounce. Y'all remember how he used to walk, he or she or whatever, and then the eyelashes. I'm sorry, she's giving me snuffleupagus, and I would love to keep calling her that. However, Sharice is a little easier. So, um, uh, yeah, Giselle's outfit is gonna be a no. Sorry, I just looked at it. All right, another awkward moment. Uh, Jacqueline is taking over for Mia because she's a little under the weather, and everybody's looking around like, oh, she's full of shit. Awkward moment. And then we have her saying how it's Karen's birthday, and then everybody looks around again because Karen's like, oh, okay. Because it's like, damn, it is or it isn't. Like, I'm over Karen's birthday. I'm sorry, and I feel bad for her. Like, I would love to give Karen a party because Mama just didn't get a party at all. She got some roses or whatever from her husband, and that was nice. She said she had a cake and a candle. Did we see that? But anyway, they have some performers coming in, and you guys, I didn't peep it the first time, but I peeped it the second time. the the fire guy or whatever, the one that was really turning Karen on. She peeped him from the time he walked in. I looked at her face and I'm like, oh, she notices him. And then she does this little thing where she's like rubbing her ear and tilting her head. And I'm like, ew. I mean, he wasn't ugly, but Karen, is that your type for real, for real? But anyway, so awkward again with Jacqueline, and they do a little awkward toast. Can we just get started? Of course, Robin comes in looking an asymmetrical mess. She looks a goddamn fool all the time. All the time. She is trying to step it up this season. You can tell, but it's still not great. Not a good look. She just never looks good. I'm sorry. Well, she did the first couple episodes, so I'm not gonna lie. But Robin is just Robin. And again, Mia comes down. Very awkward moment where everybody is looking around like, fuck, she got on. What's happening here? And even Jacqueline is looking at all the girls, and she like Jacqueline is on to Mia's fuck shit. She really is, but she has no backbone, so she doesn't say anything. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm kind of watching this again. I'm kind of really feeling what Rock said about this being all bullshit, you guys. Because when they sat down and they're giving their funniest Karen story, and Giselle's like, Candace, you go first. And Candace starts off, and they're all like, and I'm like, no. When I'm mad at people, you don't exist to me. There's no way I'm about to just, oh, for this moment, let me talk to you. For this moment, let me be good with you. No, when I don't like you, I don't see you. And that's bottom line. Like, I love when people be like, oh, you're going to block your good. Don't be like, no, when you don't exist, I'm not blocking my good because I don't see you. Like, I can definitely, I'm an Aquarian, you guys. I can definitely act like someone does not exist. I don't see you. But anyway, so Candace's was, what did I say Candace's was? Oh, the wig shift. And they all got a laugh out of that one. We have when Ashley put on the wig and was doing Karen, and she actually did do Karen very well. That was funny. I actually laughed at that. Then we have the tongue thing. Giselle was saying something about I guess she was talking about Michael or whatever. Okay. Giselle always gotta say something controversial. It was funny to me, but it was funny to me. Okay, whatever. All right, Giselle's was the whole clink clink or whatever. Don't drop the soap. It was stupid. Then Mia says it was when she, was startled by her husband's tongue. And then Jacqueline says, that's a big tongue there. From what I heard, from what I heard. And everybody's looking around like, what is going on with them? Like, honestly, what is going on with them? I feel like they just keep slipping up, especially Jacqueline. I feel like she wants everybody to know that, yeah, I slept with Mia, I slept with her husband, I slept with or sleep with anyone. I don't know. Listen, that's allegedly. And it is alleged. We gonna get to it though. All right, so now we have the fire performers, the dancers, and doing all of the things. And Karen is, ooh, and then they're slowing it down. She's closing her eyes and everything. And everybody's like, ooh, is that good for you? Like, Karen, you like that? And she's like, it's very sensual. And they got this music going. It was actually kind of funny. But Karen, and I feel like Karen had some cocktails. I'm sorry. We know Karen like a cocktail, and I'm not mad at her. But I feel like the way she was closing her eyes and doing all that, she had a couple cocktails, and she was really liking that guy, y'all. Talking about let me go call Ray. And here's Mia. No, Giselle's like, that's doing it for you? It was very sexy. It was not. It was not. And Mia, happy birthday. Bitch, you don't care about her birthday. This is not for her birthday. Like Mia, I can't stand Mia. I can't stand Mia, Robin, Jacqueline, Giselle. Like, I can't stand these women. I honestly can't. Let's move on though. All right, so Ashley ended up asking Karen about the sit down with Mia, and she's like, "Oh, it went well." And then in the confessional, she's like, "Well, it didn't go well. However, I have sympathy for Mia. Why do you have sympathy for Mia? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what's going on here. Honestly, I'm not even kidding you. All of this letting Mia think Mia is coming off like an OG, and she's not. And I don't understand why they're giving her so much power. It's ridiculous to me." But they talk about Ashley and Candace getting along, and they both say, "Nah, nah, we tabled it." And then we see a flashback of the lunch. Karen said it was delightful, and that's where we see the candle. And it didn't look like cake. It looked like some like creme brulee or it was something, but it wasn't cake. But there was a candle, and they gave her, a proper birthday blessing. So that was nice. Then we get to talking about Chris and the fact that he is attacking. Ashley said she felt like it was her. Oh, you said it was me. You told Robin that it was me he was talking about. And Giselle was like, yeah, I thought it was me. He called me a liar. I'm like, you are. So where's the lie? Because you are a liar. And Candace is just like, yeah, he's probably talking about both you bitches because both of y'all be making shit up. So what? What next? Yeah, so now it's an all out attack on Candace. And it's like, listen, what was I lying about? What did we make up? What did we this? What did we that? There and I was feeling Candace with the whole, why am I going? I'm not about to go back and forth with y'all. Y'all, that's my favorite thing to say at work. No matter what it is. I'm not about to go back and forth with you. I'm not. And when I say that, I'm done. But yeah, for her to be like, listen, I'm just not going to give it energy. Yeah, I think that's best because why are you rehashing? You've already been through the arguments with both of them. They know exactly what's going on. Why are they asking her for what are you mad about? What is he mad about? Because she said is allowed to be mad if he wants to. He can express himself. So what? And I agree. And then we have so she says she's not giving it energy and who else has something? Let's move on from this. Who else has something? You got something? You got something? Ashley's like, it's not a firing squad. We're not coming at you like that. And then Sharice, I don't understand why every time we get together, there's confrontation. And I'm like, that's because you're not supposed to get together with them, Cherise. What are you doing here? Like, why are you even here? Honestly, not less saying something, then who else is saying something? Fucking Jacqueline says, I just think, and then, because Mia says that she thinks it's funny that Candace is saying something, she has a problem with people lying on her husband. However, she's supporting someone who lied on her husband. And I'm like, shut up, Mia. Then Jacqueline comes in and I didn't even know what she said because Candace stopped her. Ta 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 ta. You are no one. Who are you? You can shut up. You are her representative. You can shut the fuck up. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Shut her down. Like, we don't even know why you're here. You and Cherise, listen, thank you for your services. Thank you. Y'all, so when she called her me as representative, how about the other women laughed? I'm like, yeah, because y'all know it's true. It's funny because it's true. And again, she says she's over it. She's done. They can all kiss the blackest part of her ass. And Karen starts singing happy birthday to me. Giselle's like, Karen, we celebrated you last night. And I'm like, last night? Last night when the drink got thrown? Was that last night? Wasn't that last night? All right, so the next morning, I don't want to leave this part out when everybody's waking up and getting ready and everything, and we have Mia and Jacqueline, whatever her name is, in the mirror again, and they're talking about how they don't understand why Candace is still here and why she's not with Wendy. If your friend is at the hotel, why are you still here with us? Why are you not with your friend? Because they're not friends like that. What are you talking about? They're not friends like that. And they never came off as being good girlfriends like that, ever. Candace and Wendy has never been good friends like that. Just because she understands that you were wrong, dead ass wrong, and she's taking her side, then that doesn't make them friends like that. Like, I'm not leaving either. Wendy shouldn't even had left. So, they're both like, yeah. Like, Mia's like, if I was somewhere, you would be with me, right? And I'm like, of course she would, because she can't pay to be there without you, evidently. And this is exactly what Mia tries to give off when talking about her friend. She tries to make it seem like Jacqueline has zero cash or money, whatever. Like, she's just a freeloader, and she takes care of Jacqueline, is how it comes off to me. I could be wrong. All right, y'all. Then we have the phoniest thing ever. Charisse comes to Candace's room and she's like, hey, and giving her this really big hug and stuff. And Candace looked just as shocked as I did. Like, girl, what? What's happening here? Like, are we cool like that? So she gives her a hug and they talk or whatever. And she's, Candace is just like, listen, being at that table was just a bit much. I have Ashley running around saying that my husband tried to talk to her ugly friend. And I laughed. And she's like, no, your husband is the one who touch on people and he does that, not my husband. And she ends up calling her forehead later on. Y'all just be dying laughing at the stuff that Candace be saying, the stuff that just be coming out her mouth. So basically she's gonna try to have a good time. Sharice asked about Wendy. She's like, Wendy's still at the hotel, and Sharice is like, I would have gone home. And I'm like, you still can, because you shouldn't be here. So you should go home, Sharice. You really should. So she tells Candace, let's go, let's have fun. It was just so random. Like, what? And then, she's telling Sharice to go put on a bathing suit, bitch. And I'm like, ain't that lady old enough to be her mom? Like, am I wrong? But Sharice is older, way older than Candace, right? I don't know, but she looked like it. All right. All right, so everyone's dressed, and it's weird because some of the ladies have on bathing suits and things and cover ups, and then some of the ladies are dressed up and like dressed. And Giselle, I don't know what she has on. Like, she has on a full muumuu or something. I don't know what Giselle has on, or she could have gone with any group. So Mia says that she is splitting people up into groups, which is so stupid. And she picks Karen, Jacqueline, her, and G. And I'm like, her husband is there? No, apparently her and Giselle are so cool now that she gave her a nickname, and it's G. And they're going somewhere, and then you guys are going on the boat. And awkward moment again. Everybody's just looking around like, hmm? And I'm just like, this whole thing is just awkward. These girls don't like each other, you guys. None of them like each other. Like, if you break it down to, okay, this person ain't really talking to that person. That person don't really like this person. It's so annoying and just not entertaining to me. I'm sorry. I was bored the same way they all looked bored. They all looked ready to go home, and I was ready for them to go home. And then we have Robin in the confessional looking a hot ass mess as usual. I don't know what this is that she has on. This dress with all these rainbow colors, and oh, it looks a mess. And she's talking about how Mia needs to do better because she, is splitting up the group and she has to go with somebody who's being an asshole to her. And I'm like, I can't say Candace isn't being an asshole to you, because I know, we could tell Candace feels some type of way about them and the way that they came off to Wendy. However, my issue with Candace is if she would have just come out and said that. Like, if Robin is your friend, quote unquote, and y'all cool like that, Why would you not just come out and say to her and Giselle, listen, what y'all did was wrong. You don't have to treat them a certain kind of way and be funny acting and all that or whatever. You already know they ain't shit. But you could tell them, listen, what you did was wrong. I didn't agree with it, and get it off your chest and then move on. But all this funny acting stuff is just stupid to me. But anyway, so Robin doesn't want to go, of course, because Giselle's not there. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, hold on, aren't these the ones that was in the car when they were driving to the place or whatever? Didn't she have Karen, her, Jacqueline, and Giselle in the car? And I'm like, these are the people that Mia really actually wants to be around. I don't even know how much she really truly likes Giselle. She don't like Robin because she don't ever want Robin around her. But I don't even think she really likes Giselle. I just feel like she thinks Giselle is the ringleader, so she needs to be around Giselle. So it's whatever, you guys. All right, so we split up, and it. What I thought was weird was that the girls that were actually getting on the boat were the ones that had on the swimsuits. Isn't that weird that they didn't know going in that they were being split up and going on a boat unless they all thought they were going on a boat? It's just weird that Karen and them didn't have on. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's me. But when they get in the car and everything, it's so awkward again because people are speaking and nobody is talking to the other person and answering them or whatever. And then Candace is like, listen, I called Wendy to see if she wanted to come and get on the boat. And Robin is like, ugh. And then she's like, I don't care. I don't care. So, okay, but she does care. All right, so we get to awkward moment number 700, and they are all on this pedal boat. And they like, we thought we was getting on a freaking yacht, and here we go, we got a pedal. They all had on heels and everything, and okay. Yeah, I would have been very, very irritated by that and probably wouldn't have pedaled. I'd have been getting cussed out because I'd have been like, I'm not pedaling shit. I'm just not going to pedal. Um, but Wendy gets there right after them. Weird, right? Like she was right there. But it's okay. And then they get to talking about, how Wendy is doing in her suite. And it's so not weird, but just rude because she comes and she speaks to everyone. She says hi to even Robin and what's her name. She don't say it by name, but she's like, hey everyone, hey. And they just look away. And I'm like, Sharice, how old are you? I mean, Robin too, in actuality. Like, a hi doesn't hurt you. Like, are you kidding me? Just say hi. Jesus. And then Sharice, what are you so mad about? Because you was trying to throw her under the bus first. So the fact that she came back and threw you under the bus, don't be mad at her because she got one up on you. But anyway, Ashley's asking how her stay at the suite is going, and she's like, oh, it's great. She was able to grade papers and get some things done. So good for her. Y'all. Excuse me. So first of all, they Karen and them are in Lamborghinis. Nothing to see here. Like it's nothing. Y'all rolling around in cars. Like how is that interesting? It's cars. And Jacqueline is acting like she's never been in anything nice. She got her arms out the window. Woo, woo. Okay, girl, calm down. It's all right. It's a car. Karen doesn't know how to drive it. She couldn't get it going. Didn't have her foot on the gas. She's in the car with Mia. But back on the boat, Ashley is struggling to try to get some conversation going with these ladies. And I'm like, oh, it's so fucking awkward. And she asked Robin about, the wedding plans. And she's like, we're planning something very, 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 she said very about 1,200 times, very small. And she's like, y'all eloping? And she's like, why are you being so coy? Like, why are you not trying to talk about this? Oh, I would just rather talk about it with people who actually like me. And you don't see, but you hear Candace say, everyone likes you, Robin. And she's like, they don't, but it's okay. And then in the confessional, Candace is like, listen, I just think the fact that they are trying to ostracize Wendy is not cool. Like, she's over here doing all of Neck Rose dirty work. She's talking about Giselle, and yeah, it's so foul. Talking about Giselle, they show Giselle as she says neck rolls, and I'm like, oh my god, that is hilarious. But we knew who they was talking about. So yeah, the days are not going well. They have like cold sandwiches and stuff. It's just not good. But apparently this boat is not going with them like pedaling. So they don't really actually have to pedal. And I'm like, oh, that's a good thing. But Yeah, none of this. It's all, once again, the word of the day is awkward. I'm sorry, but I was very, very uneasy watching the whole thing. I was just like, none of these people like each other. What are we doing here? But anyway, I'm already at what is it, like 24, 25 minutes, and we still have time. It's a supersized episode, and my review, I'm sorry, is going to be supersized as well. Oh, you guys. So they get back home, and again, everybody looks bored. Not Karen, Giselle and Robin hug each other because they were away from each other for longer than an hour. And Giselle is so extra. Like, she got her legs open talking about driving in a Lambo. And I'm like, she's so extra and manly. Like, she's just very manly for real. Her and Robin. But Karen, oh, I forgot to say, when they were in the Lamborghini, she's talking about how she feel the horsepower and it's making her moist. And I'm like, why is she doing all that? That's a lot of sex talk from Karen. Like, what's going on? I don't know. But you know, Mia is trying to have banter with all the ladies, talking about how Karen can't drive, and she's like, it was a new experience. It was a cherry popping experience, and I'm just like, none of this is funny, and that's where, like, it was all missing for me. Where I'm just like, I don't see the humor in any of it. I don't see where any of these people are truly connecting. Ugh. Anyway, all right. So as they're getting ready, we're in the room with Giselle and Robin. Sorry, I just ate some chips. We're in the room with them, and Robin is like, "You have to hear this." And it's Candace, and Giselle's like, "Okay, it's Candace. What is this Instagram live?" Apparently, y'all, Candace looked a hot mess. Like, she looked a wreck on that Instagram. And y'all know I think Candace is so pretty, but for some reason on that Instagram live, she was not looking great at all. Um, and she's just on there saying, listen, they're all out for themselves and they just want to panhandle their businesses and they're all phony and full of shit. And Robin just keeps saying, everyone, everyone, we all are, all, everyone. And I'm like, she just wants everybody on board with her. She wants everybody to be mad. And that's why she keeps going on with the everybody. She's talking about not just me, she's talking about you, she's talking about Karen, Wendy, me. And I'm like, girl, calm down. We understand what everyone means. We get it. You want everybody on your team. So, of course, this is about to be a big thing. She feels like everyone needs to hear this. So Robin is taking it personally because she says she went out of her way to defend Chris when, Giselle and them were coming after him. And this is how she repays her. And why are you here? If you feel this way about everybody, why are you here? And I'm like, because she's doing a goddamn show. What do you mean? She's trying to get paid. So then we have Sharice going down, not Sharice, Candace go downstairs. She sees Sharice looking just every time I see Sharice, I just be like, ugh. That is the word that comes to mind whenever I see her. And she looks like somebody's great grandmother. I swear to God, she does. And I mean, listen, no offense to great grandmas, but Sharice, she doesn't go on the show. And I know Karen is older as well. However, she doesn't come off as old as Sharice. Like, Sharice comes off very old and matronly and homely and everything. And that is what I mean when I say she doesn't fit well with the show because one of these kids are doing her own thing. Like, the way she dressed, the way everything, she hasn't been here. And so she wasn't able to progress with how the other women progressed in the show in terms of learning how to dress and things like that. That's what I mean. But Candace is like, "Oh, you look cute," and it sounds so phony. Like, it's all phony where they just don't like each other. None of these people, and I just don't get it. But we're gonna keep going with it. We're gonna keep going with it. And I was hoping by this point that it would all be over soon, but no, they gave us a supersized situation. And on one hand, I was not happy about it because I was like, please let this end soon. And then on the other hand, I was like, oh, okay, all right, at least it's not going off right this second when we get to the shits. All right, so as they're all getting ready for dinner and they're all standing downstairs, I don't know why they're just standing around. Karen asked about Wendy being at the boat with them, and they're like, "Yeah, it was great. It was relaxing." And then she turns to Mia and she's like, "Mia, with this being the last dinner, I was thinking maybe we could invite Wendy and she could come." And Mia's like, you guys have asked me this 8 times, and 8 times I've said no. So, and then Candace like, so you don't want her to come? And I'm like, hold up, why are we asking Mia? Honestly, why are you all doing this? Like, this is brand new to me. Like, if this was Real Housewives of Atlanta, why don't she just Kenya it? I'm sorry. Kenya wasn't taking anything from Marlo because Kenya understands how this works. Mia is not paying for anything. Even though she's coming off as the host, this is not her actual trip. So for them to be asking her permission for everything is ridiculous to me. Like, I was so over it. And Candace is like, okay, then she doesn't want her to come. And then in the confessional, Ashley is like, first of all, what Ashley got on? Y'all, what she got on? Is she a figure skater? Like, what's happening here? I don't understand. But she is in the confessional saying how her girl, I'm like, oh, so Mia's your girl. My girl is power tripping. She's taking it too far. The whole thing is over with. So why is she acting like this? And I'm like, because you guys are letting her. You guys are giving her all this power when she really don't have it. Like I said, Mia is coming off like an OG and she's not. Like, you are a newcomer and her friend is a nobody. So why are we even listening to them, honestly? All right, so we're back at another awkward moment where the girls are on their way and Candace, Ashley, Giselle, and Mia are in a car. And Candace says, not Candace, what's her name? Ashley says she went into the living room or she went in the kitchen last night to grab something to eat and she didn't have any clothes on. And Mia's like, Jacqueline's like, Ashley's pretty. Ashley's very cute. And Ashley's like, oh, okay, that's great. And she's like, this whole thing, like Jacqueline wants to get with her. And I'm like, first of all, that probably should have been kept between you two. Secondly, didn't you hear Ashley don't want to do threesomes and all that no more? Like, I don't know if that means she's giving up on girls, but she seemed very disinterested. And Giselle was just like, listen, the whole friend thing, like her messing around with her would not be cool. And is that what we're really saying right now? Jacqueline, like, you need to get you some business, sis, honestly. You getting turned down by Ashley. It's just not good. So then in that car, Jacqueline is talking about how she can only date one person at a time. And who cares? We just don't care about you. And then they let Charisse talk too. They let both of these nobodies talk at the same time. And I'm like, what are we doing here with these B-list characters? Why are they here? And Charisse talks about how she can't date no more than one. And then she goes, maybe two. And I'm like, nobody's dating you. Nobody is dating you, Charisse. And you know it. So stop lying. Ugh. So then Mia tells this story about how she shared her man with Jacqueline. And she's like, listen, I was telling her a story about why I was strung out over this dude and can't leave because it's so good and it's so big and it's so. And Giselle and them were just listening, like, okay, okay. And she's like, and so I told her to have at it. Like, you need to try it. And she tried it. And I'm like, that's so nasty. They're so nasty. Even, just it's just so nasty. Even if it's a made up story, it's a nasty made up story. And it also paints Jacqueline as being just this secondhand, like she can't get anything firsthand. What did Mia say in one of the first episodes or whatever? Is that my shirt? Is that my this? You borrow my deodorant. You borrow my toothbrush. Like what she say in the car, she has to take care of Jacqueline like she does her mom. And now you're sharing your man and your good dick? Like, seriously? Listen, Jacqueline, you are not coming off looking good. You might want to leave the show. Yeah, y'all see me trying to get her out of here. Okay, we're now at dinner and they're by a pool. They're at a restaurant though, apparently a Greek restaurant. And everybody's seated. They're looking for Ashley, but Ashley's on the phone outside in the front. And Ashley calls me, not Mia, Wendy. And she's on speaker with Wendy. However, there's a huge echo where I'm like, Wendy is standing right there. She's standing too close to you, sis, because we can hear her like she's right there. Y'all go back and watch it. I'm not crazy. So she ends up inviting Wendy to the dinner, even though Mia says she didn't want her to come. So I don't know, but the whole time she's like with this little smirky smile, and Ashley is just a terrible actress once again. So she goes to the table and they're like, hey, where you been? So you guys, in this moment, as they're asking her where she was and everything, and she's like, so I did call Wendy. And before she even starts speaking, Candace has a smirk on her face. Mia, Jacqueline, everybody's looking at her with a smirk on their faces. Like, let's get to it. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Listen, Rock's tainted me to where I don't believe it either now. Like, I honestly don't, even though, like I said, at the time, I was thinking just Ashley was lying and, you know, putting on with the little smile. But now it just seems like everybody's involved in it. I don't know. But anyway, when she said she invited her, Mia's like, called her a little brat or whatever, a disrespectful little brat. And I'm like, who are these people talking to? This is a grown ass woman with two kids and a terrible husband. Like, who are you talking to? And what's her name? Giselle starts pulling Mia's chair over to her like they're in 12th grade. And I'm like, y'all are not kids. Why do you have to move and scoot her chair? Even acting like it is just so juvenile. They're so stupid. Oh, God. Yeah, so as they're ordering, Sharice is like, Ashley, I don't think it's fair that you didn't check with the group before. Bitch, you're not even supposed to be in a group. I don't think it's fair that you're here. I don't think it's fair that you have lines. I don't think it's fair that you are on our TV. What are you talking about? And Ashley is like, no, I don't think it's fair that this woman left her kids, and just because they got into a little fight or whatever, she is now being ostracized from the whole group. Mind you, Sharice, the group that you do not belong to. I can't stand this broad. Like, I can't stand none of them, really. I ain't even gonna lie. However, Sharice should not be here. Jacqueline should not be here. So Ashley ends up calling me a bully, and she's like, oh, I'm a bully now? And y'all, when they show close up on Mia's face, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, or mm-mm, we should say that. But so then Robin chimes in, Ashley, put yourself in Mia's place. Robin, shut the fuck up. Like, all of these women need to just fuck off. I'm not even kidding you. Like, a lot of them can really fuck off. I hope Robin does not come back. Don't Andy and Bravo know that we don't care. We don't give a shit about if her and Juan get married, if they don't, if they do. Like, I don't care anything about Robin or her life. Nothing whatsoever. I don't care about Giselle and her life. The best thing about her is her daughters, and they don't even fuck with her. So they're smart women. Smart women, honestly. Sharice ain't even supposed to be there, so we don't even need to speak on her. Ashley, don't even really like Ashley. Listen, Ashley has her moments where the only thing I like about Ashley is that she speaks up and she's not afraid. However, she can fuck off as well, because Ashley has been messy and shitty the entire time, and for some reason she just gets around people. Like, they just don't hold her accountable for anything that she does. Candace, I like Candace. However, Candace, she about to lie. How about that? She's about to lie. When this whole thing comes out and Robin brings out her boom box or whatever, and we hear her say her little thing, and she's just like, she's gonna lie and say, that she didn't say anything about Karen and being, Karen. I'm jumping ahead, y'all. Let me back up. All right. Yeah, so let's back up to when Wendy gets there. And God, I can't believe I'm almost on 40 minutes. But we're going to back up to when Wendy gets there. And first of all, she sits down and Giselle has to adjust her seat. And Charisse is like, don't fall in the pool. Oh, if anyone is going to get wet, it's not me. Ha ha ha. And her and Mia are the only ones dying laughing. And I'm like, fuck you, Giselle. Fuck you and Mia, honestly. Like, I would love to just kick both of them straight in the goddamn pool. Mia with her terrible lipstick. Yeah, I'm sorry. Her lipstick is just all over her lips. It's beyond her lips. It looks a mess. But anyway, Ashley asked about what happened. Can you guys talk about what happened? And I hate what happens next. I hate the fact that Wendy felt the need to apologize to this bitch first. Like, I honestly hate it. I'm not even kidding you. When she started speaking, I'm like, no, don't do it. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, yeah, I just want to take accountability for my part. And Mia's looking around. Is she talking to me? Bitch, who are you? You just got here. Who are you that you feel like you can do this? Like, I was so irritated in this whole moment, y'all. And the fact that she apologized for what? For what? All right, so after the boombox comes out and we hear everything, and they're all like, "Oh my God, what'd you say?" Candace, no, Robin wants to go in on how she said everybody, she said all of us, she said everyone, And Candace is like, if you'll let me talk. And so basically she owned it. She's like, yeah, I said what I said. And she's like, Giselle, it's mainly you. Giselle's like, well, then say my name. Bitch, I always say your name. I do. And she tells Karen it wasn't her, but she tells Ashley directly, I don't like you. Like, I feel like you're a disloyal person. And I'm like, all of them are, including Karen. I'm sorry. Karen with this whole on the fence thing or whatever. I don't know. I don't like it. Like, she wasn't taking Candace's side, and she was there. She saw everything. She knows that this girl was attacked for absolutely no reason by Monique. Sorry for anybody who feels otherwise, but I will always think that, this girl got attacked for no reason. Yeah, does she talk? Yeah, she talks shit all day long. They all do. So for her to lay hands on, it's whatever. But she tells Karen it wasn't about her, and then Karen is like, oh, okay. And then I guess since they Karen was letting her off easy, so Ashley tells her that, listen, I didn't want to have to tell you this, but Candace said some stuff about you. She said you be dating other men, and this is when Karen blows up. However, at first she really does look very hurt. She looks like her feelings are very hurt by it. I don't know if it was great acting or what, but she looked blindsided. And then Candace is like, don't get mad. And she gets up and storms off, and she's mad. So Karen asks, if she really said this about her. And then we get this whole thing of, when she did actually say it. And this is where I say Candace was lying, where she's like, no, I didn't say that. And we get a whole thing of when, of course, she told Ashley that. And we all know that when she said it, it was going to come back. Like, we knew it when she said it. I'm like, oh, okay, this moment is coming back at some point. So the moment came back. And what's her name? Karen does this whole thing about, unless you have pictures or names or phone numbers, because I do interviews and everybody loves me, and I don't know where all of that was coming from or going, but all I know is everybody, excuse me, at the table was laughing, and like, so many smirks and laughs and everything going on. It did not look believable, even from Candace. It just didn't. But she gets up and she storms out. Y'all, this is where I wanted it to be over. I did. I was just like, okay, hopefully commercial. Let's be done with this until next week. So Karen comes back to the table and she's like, what did I miss? What did I miss? And Candace is like, you didn't miss anything because I didn't say anything. And she starts crying. And Giselle looks up and she's like, Candace is crying? And although Candace is crying, she stops right away and she goes, yeah, Candace is crying. I'm like, no, Candace is no longer crying. She gets up, she calls Chris, and y'all, they end up leaving. It's a bunch of nothing. And some of the girls are going to a club. Giselle ends up going back home. Now that I ain't mad at. I'd have been like, no, I'm done with you bitches. Like, I'm done. But they go to a club and Candace is saying how everything was going great and everybody was getting along. Robin and Wendy had a come to Jesus moment, and you see them in the club hugging, talking about, oh, I love you too. And then we get a couple hours later that they're in the car and Ashley is recording what's her name, Candace, as Candace is drunk and going off on her about waiting to ambush her with the recording and everything. So then we know that all of this kumbaya and we love each other, all that stuff just didn't, it didn't last, because of course when you're drunk you love everyone. And I can just see when Robin goes back to the house or whatever, listen, when she gets around Giselle, Wendy, it's over. She's not loving you again. I'm sorry. Like, I just feel like Robin can't do shit without Giselle's permission. And if Giselle didn't squash it with her, then Robin didn't squash it with her. I don't care how drunk you are. When you eventually sober up and realize that your boss did not say it's okay to make up with her, y'all not made up either. So that was the episode. I usually always get irritated and ready to be done, so I jump ahead and try to do it by memory. I am going to go ahead and watch the last of it real quick, and anything I missed, I'm going to jump in real quick, but oh my God, this is almost an hour long. All right, guys, nope, I didn't miss anything. Nothing whatsoever. So if you are still here, you are the real MVP. Thank you very much. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. I don't know what I just said. Please consider subscribing. It is absolutely free of charge and it would mean the world to me. Like the video again, it does wonders for my analytics, and I will see you guys in the next video. I am going to think of something else to review. I really am, something that I enjoy more than this phoniness, this fake and phoniness, you guys. All right, see you guys in the next video. Smooches.